We're going to start with our Deputy Town Clerk taking the attendance.
Alrighty. Councilman Tom Dibney.
Here.
Councilman Paul Valentine.
Here.
Councilman Jerry Vitari.
Here.
Councilman Brian Donahue.
Here.
Supervisor Chris Gay.
Here, I'm going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, so if everyone would stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So real quick announcements, we do have a Hungers 5K, a 5K run that the town's going to be hosting on Saturday, May 13th. So all you athletes there, I expect to see you there. It's going to be down in Spark Hill at Depot Square. And then we have two public hearings coming up on May 23rd, which are there. One is adopting a zone change for 175 East Washington Avenue, and the other one is adopting the Orangetown comp plan. But the real reason we're here, we're going to get to. So we have some presentations. Actually, we have lots of paper for you guys and girls. We have a certificate from the town of Orangetown, from Rockland County. Ed Day dropped them off, and District Attorney Tom Walsh also dropped them off. So for each of you, you're going to be getting 3 certificates. I hope you have a lot of wall space on your rooms. So anyway, we're going to start first with the lady, because that's what we do. We have a certificate for Carly Sardo. Carly, if you want to come up. There you go. Congratulations. You want to say anything? Okay.
Well, we're going to take the whole group shot.
Go ahead, you can go up and say if you want to say a few words. Yeah, right there. I don't think she's shy.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to thank Mr. Pilla and Mr. Arietta because I came to them, I think, 2 years ago, asking to start up the gymnastics team. And after jumping through a lot of hoops, we got to start the team. And I'm just really happy and grateful to have had this experience. So thank you.
Okay, so we're going to call, I have your numbers and your names here. We have, if you just want to come up when I call you up, and then we'll take a picture of everybody. We have number 1, Sean Berrigan. There you go. Congratulations. Number 2, Tommy Linehan. Congratulations. Is he trying to take individual shots? I guess he is, okay. Okay. Number 3, Jack Maloney. Congratulations.
A lot of paper.
Number 5, Isaiah Laville. Congratulations. I said his name totally wrong. Number 10, TJ Tarpey. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Number 20, Billy Alexo. Congratulations. Number 21, Nick Lang. Number 22, Xavier Laville. Congratulations. Do we have 2 sets of brothers on here? Is that what?
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Number 23, Pat Linehan. Congratulations. Number 24, Jack Piccione. Congratulations. Number 32, Patrick Staker. Congratulations. Number 33, Drew Dillon. And number 40, Nolan Cook. Okay, speech. Okay, so not to be done, we do have to give it to the coach and the coaching staff here. So we have an award again for George Gain.
Georgie boy.
Thanks, Ohio.
How you doing, buddy?
Next, we have Chris Rastelli. There you go. Congratulations. Brian McLaughlin.
It's got to be John.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Come on in.
Ryan McWilliams. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Dan McGann. Congratulations. Jess Lappy. Jess Lappy, am I saying it right? Oh, she has a
She's got a
game?
game.
Okay,
I'll
we'll
take that.
make sure somebody gets it to her. Amber O'Riordan.
It might be like another game.
Another one not here? Okay,
Yep.
well. Rudy Arietta, we have one for you. She made it for everybody. You want to take for the other two, too? Sure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have one for Superintendent Elania Eckert. Okay, Elania Eckert. Congratulations. You're kind of short for basketball, aren't you?
Whoa.
And we have Athletic Director Bill Pilla. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Picture, Billy, take a picture.
That's all the certificates, yeah. So I think we want to get a group picture. So everybody come on up and we'll get a picture with the board.
And then, I don't think any of these guys want to say anything. Just want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Guido, get in here. Rob, come in here. God, you're tall, man.
I know, so basically they're not that tall. They're not tall, they were standing all together, they don't look tall. Like,
Yeah,
a
they're all
normal
like
person
6'1".
went, oh,
6'1", 6'2".
Somebody can kneel down in front. Don't make the principal or the coach. Some of the players.
Come on, Connor, you got the... All right.
Oh, boy.
All right. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You guys can take off. We know you don't want to stick with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Where are you going?
All right, let's,
2-minute break.
2-minute break.
Yeah,
Let them get out.
We did it. We did it.
All right,
Put your helmet on before I get in the game.
let's take,
Okay. You guys are more than welcome to stay, but we understand if you have better things to do and want to leave. We'll give the meeting a couple minute
2
break.
minute
to-
adjournment.
Yeah, to let you
You
guys.
guys can get out of here.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Bye, Mrs. Gay. Mr. Gain worked at the Blondies.
Yeah, she was gonna say.
Day bartender. You know, back then.
Catherine Lenahan.
L-I-N-H-A-N. You just announced two of her grandsons.
Oh, really? I don't think that's how it was spelled on here, though, was it?
L-I-N.
Linehen? Oh, I spelled it totally wrong.
She just passed away yesterday.
Oh.
Kayla, yeah.
Wow. And then there was none. There's no one here.
No, they're coming in. They're slowly coming in. Yeah. I'm sure it's H&A. There's nothing gonna happen. Oh, the attorney supposedly for. How are you? The attorney for Essel Green may be coming.
Who?
Essel Green, which is
Oh,
the
right,
part
yeah,
of that,
yeah,
which would be interesting. I'd like to hear what they have to say. To be honest, if they showed up. Hopefully, they opened up all the entrances so people can get in. Rob, did you have a problem getting in with the entrances closed? Because we saw people back there, they couldn't get in there,
All
both
right,
things
let's
closed.
start. Let's do a public comment right now. All right. Make a motion to reopen the meeting.
Second,
All right.
all in favor? Aye. You get that, Joe?
Oh,
Spoke too soon.
you soon. Okay.
Did you get the? That's the. Okay.
So you got 10 people.
Rob, for the first one, the petition, RCW, is who's talking on that?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is I just, oh shit, where is it?
Not ready. What?
Yeah.
Review it.
Okay, I think we can start, we think. Okay, so we're gonna try and get the meeting back on schedule here. Okay, so we already went through our presentations. We're going to pick up on the discussion items. So the first discussion item is the petition of RCW for zone text amendment. So, Rob, you want to?
Sure. So, as the board's aware, there was a petition for a zone text amendment regarding agritourism and farm cidery and things of that nature. So, we took that and sent it to a planner at LaBerge, who's been working on it and issued a report that the board has and the public is available to the public, which also had proposed changes to the law. We've since shared that with, again, with the public, but certainly with the Ciderworks people and the attorney for the neighbors. And we do have comments back from the attorneys for Ciderworks about some changes they might like, and we're still discussing with the planner. I had a call with the planner this afternoon on that. So my suggestion is, I mean, it's here, the board has it. There will be some tweaks. My suggestion for moving forward would be allow us to maybe work out some of the things that should be smoothed over before it's formally presented to the board for consideration of a public hearing. And again, just timing-wise, my suggestion would be, again, put it on for discussion in 2 weeks, set the public hearing 2 weeks thereafter, just a resolution to set the hearing for sometime in June. I don't have the dates in front of me, but it does need a little, in my opinion, more another look, and so we'll do that, and with the planner, and as well, the planner has exhausted the escrow that was posted, so we'll certainly be seeking additional escrow from them. I'm waiting to hear from them how much they're asking, they estimate it will be, and then we'll certainly relay that to the Ciderworks attorneys. So that's where we are. We did send it out. It's back, and you know, if the board has comments on it now, you can make comments on it. If you want to wait until we make a few further tweaks, again, Ciderworks attorneys and the neighbors' attorneys, who are certainly interested in this, have had an opportunity to review it, and
Okay, but did
I'd
they,
certainly
just
be
'cause
willing to
I
hear
just
from them.
got the Ciderworks attorney's comments today. So
Right,
is that
when-
when the neighbor's attorney got it?
Yeah, when we received it back from the planner, I sent it to, or it was sent, I should say, it was sent to both attorneys, and yesterday afternoon, I received something from the Ciderworks attorneys, and this morning, we turned it around to the board and later to the attorneys for the neighbors. So it's all just kind of,
Happening.
still a work in progress.
Okay. Because I mean, I did have comments on the original, not without the Ciderworks, so I'm just going to wait until, no sense me commenting and then it changing, so,
Right.
no, I know.
Yeah, they'll be, again, Ciderworks attorneys have asked us for some suggested changes, which, again, some things ultimately will be for the board to decide. Some things, need to be changed. There was a typo, certainly, that we missed, but, and likewise, if the neighbors' attorneys wish to weigh in, they'll have an opportunity to weigh in. I'll speak with them, and then go from there.
So we're looking, just for means of a timeline, we're looking for the next meeting, which would be the 23rd, to have a draft before we hear the public
Well-
input. And then at that point, we'll present the draft and ask for a date for a public hearing, which would have to be a month, so that would be like the end of June.
Correct. It's looking like June 27th, if everything falls into place in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Yep, thank you for that clarification.
Okay, so I just want to get, not that it matters, right? Because we're not really voting on anything.
No,
Okay.
just time, I didn't have my calendar out, but if we, if we, work on it, again, and have a final, again, with board input, the hearing would be, there'd be a resolution to set a hearing on May 23rd. The hearing would then be set for June 27th. And between May 23rd and June 27th, it would certainly be sent out to all the involved agencies for comments, and then the public hearing would take place on the 27th. Again, if the board votes to proceed with it.
Right, and again, that's all going to be dependent upon when we get the tweaked version. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, So, everything's online, it's all public, we can, right?
I
are we
sent
putting
it
it
to
on?
Allison. I thought it was,
Oh, it's a backup, it's in
it's
the
in the
backup.
backup, and which is available online also, right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the backup to the meeting, is what
To
we
the
mean by
meeting.
when we say with backup. There are backup materials for the meeting available here and posted online.
Okay. Next discussion item is the local law authorizing video conferencing at public meetings in certain circumstances. And
Right,
I
so-
know how much you guys love
Right.
doing that during COVID, that we wanted to,
Yes,
you know.
this is not a situation where, there was a time during COVID when frankly you could just pretty much have a video conference meeting whenever you wished. That is not the law anymore, but the state did pass a law where localities or municipalities could adopt a local law which provided for video conferencing in certain limited circumstances. There still must be a physical meeting with at least 3 members present. So this is really for exceptional circumstances where a member is either sick or has some other obligation for which they can't attend. That member can appear by video conference, and the public would certainly be allowed to see the member
And you
there.
have to stay where they are, right?
Right, right. In the past, you could phone in, but you had to let the public know where you were phoning from, and frankly, it had to be a public space, and you had to know, it was cumbersome. So this kind of recognizes the changes in technology.
Right.
And video conferencing, and it must be video conferencing, the video must be on. And the reason I'm putting it forward is twofold. It also has a provision in the event of a state of emergency being declared. And of course, the last one that was declared was for COVID, but sometimes they're declared for snow events or what have you. And in those situations, the entire board or the entire meeting can be held by video conference, again, if you pass a local law. So I had prepared something, distributed it to the board, and if the board is interested in proceeding, again, next time we would schedule it to have a public hearing later on in May
I think it's
or
good to have a
June.
place. I think that's what happened. I saw some board
I
meeting.
think South
announced.
Orangetown School District.
Yeah, and someone was in Ireland. It said they were in whatever Ireland, they were participating, so.
Right, so it's handy,
just
and
good to
and
have.
again, mostly, yeah, I see it mostly happening in emergency situations.
Yep. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. Next one, the application for zoning amendment and amended special permit approval for the Orangeburg Commons and the shops, which again is also in the backup material for anybody who wants to see it. I mean, I reviewed it. What, do you want to give a summary of it, or you want to? I mean,
Again, yeah, so this is for the property next to Lowe's with the Stop and Shop and the Marriott, et cetera. There's a pad there for a restaurant, and they came to us and indicated that they have not been able to find a tenant for that, but they have, for a formal sit-down restaurant, but they have had inquiries regarding what we define as quote-unquote fast food. So it's to ask for a text amendment to permit a fast food style restaurant at that location as part of the special permit process for that, for that location. And again, it's the one pad. So again,
yeah,
if there is
they also-
interest in
I
that.
mean, if you look, there was the bank, is a bank pay with it. I
Yeah.
think they're looking to, they said there's no more market for banks, but anyway. Yeah, they don't want anybody, you know.
Sorry about
Okay.
that. I said banks are disappearing.
Yeah. So I guess from this point of view, we would set the public, if we're interested, set the public hearing date on the,
Right.
accept the petition and refer it out and do all that stuff.
Right, so this was just to see if the board was willing to move it forward, and it seems like the board
I'm
is
willing
willing to.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll prepare the resolutions as necessary.
Those pads have been empty for years, so I'm
You know,
willing to
they
move
said it's 10 years. I don't know if they've been empty then, but they said if you read the papers, they've been there for 10 years.
forward. Yep.
Yep. And I don't, you know, it says right in the papers that it's Chipotle, so I could say it, but, you know, I'm not a big Chipotle eater, but my kids seem to like it, so, you know. Okay, so if everyone's good with that, we will do that at the next meeting. Okay, so workshop of agenda items. Number 3 is resuming the public hearing on the eminent domain. or proposed acquisition of permanent property interest in the H&A Training Center. We'll continue the hearing. Number 4, we'll either close it or continue it, depending on what happens. Number 5, appoint Roberta Urban to the Personnel Administrator Provisional, effective April 26, 2023, at the same salary. Number 6, award the bid for industrial service uniforms to American Wear. Number 7 is approving, so we have a new name for the islands. Apparently, they're called Pedestrian Refuge Islands. And this is at the top. Jim, you want to speak on it? I know this is the one that, it's at the top, I think of like Orangeburg Road / Gilbert and Middletown Road or Old Middletown Road.
Yes, it's where the 4-lane highway comes down to two lanes. Gilbert Avenue that continues out towards 304, and Old Middletown Road is on the right. So there's two 30-foot roads, and they come together with the 50-foot wide double-lane highway. So it is actually a safe place for pedestrians to make a crossing. Now, if you're headed in a westerly direction towards Pearl River, you can make a right turn onto Middletown Road, Old Middletown Road, or go straight. But we have a problem making pedestrians safe crossing there because there's a switch right turn lane and a cross lane. So the lights are going to be set up so that when a pedestrian goes across, it'll be shut down completely. But just in case, this island directs the traffic to make the right turn and leave a
little
space
space.
that the pedestrian could stand on.
See?
So it's actually for pedestrian safety.
Yep. Okay, thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Number 8, appoint Lisa Porgo to the position of receptionist, permanent, effective April 26th. Number 9, amend resolution to rename the private right-of-way. We had some fun with this, the name of the roads here, but this is Pathway of Heroes to Pathway of Heroes Drive. I think this is a combination of the post office having issues and,
Yeah, exactly. It was exactly that. The post office and county planning asked to tweak the names a little bit. And as
so
they
that's
do.
9 and 10.
Right. The veterans.
You never fight with the post office. You want to get your mail, whatever. Number 11, on the recommendation of the Traffic Advisory Board, approve in the installation of a streetlight at the intersection of North Henry Street and East Washington Avenue in Pearl River. Number 12 is combining agenda items 13 to Senate, which is all land assistance. The first one is the Boys Basketball Champion Parade, which we just finished. The 14th is the Memorial Day Parade in Tapan. 15 is the Tapan Reformed Church Spring Fling on May 13th. Number 16, the American Cancer Society. And on 17 is the St. Thomas Aquinas Earth Day, which is another thing that's already been done. It was a great day. And then we have number 18, approved flexible work schedule / summer hours from June to August in the town clerk's office, as reflected there. And that's it. We have the other stuff. So I do have, I guess we can open the public comment. Motion, open public comment?
Motion to open public comment.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so if nobody has signed up for the public comment, so if there's anybody that would like to, okay, right here in the, and it just, if you wouldn't mind, yeah, just if you wouldn't mind saying your name, and we have a 3-minute rule.
Am I on? Oh. My name is Rick Tenenbaum. I live in Valley Cottage, but I am the executive director of Hightor Animal Care Shelter. And I'm well aware that you don't contract with us or with Rockland Green, that you contract with the Humane Society. And, you know, and frankly, I understand that because I started at the Hightor in January, and when I got there, it was actually quite a shocking revelation, you know, the state of things there, between the overcrowding and the health issues and the cleanliness, and I mean, the place was a mess. And you probably actually made a good decision to go the way that you did. But we have made such material changes there. We have redone every single room in our building. We have a part-time veterinarian on staff. We've introduced a veterinary center. We are participating in food pantries for people who are unable to feed their pets throughout the county. We are having, we've really integrated ourselves back into the county. And I understand and I know that, that you're part of Rockland Green because you're on the board of Rockland Green. And then I guess at some point in time, you'll have to make a decision whether to go on to the intermunicipal agreement with Rockland Green for animal services, with the shelter that they're planning in West Haverstraw, or whether to stay with the Humane Society. But I just wanted to throw out the possibility that you would consider coming out to the shelter, having a look at what we're doing there, and then just, reconsider, us as an option. We adopt cats and dogs out to people who live in Orangetown every day. We still are processing probably about 1,200 animals a year. We adopt out between 50 and 60 cats and dogs a month, and we really have changed everything. We're doing a good job, and it's an option for you. I know that you have a kind of an unusual hybrid option for your cats now, and the dogs go to the Humane Society. But just for the future, just keep an open mind, and I invite anybody who wants to come out and see what we're doing to come and visit. We are planning a future beyond Rockland Green. We're not planning on folding or going away. We're either hoping to stay at the facility that we're at or to build our own facility. And, we want Orangetown to be part of our future as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. A question for you. Are you still, because actually, believe it or not, I have in the back of my car, I have cat food that I was going to donate to High Tour. Because I was up at the Pomona Training Center the other day, but I never got there. Can you just drop donations off, or do you?
So we have a 24-hour trailer outside. Okay. Otherwise, we're open 11 to 4, Tuesday through Sunday. And food that we have a fairly special diet for our animals. So when we get food that doesn't suit the dietary needs of the animals, we have an arrangement with several different groups, with RCAP and with Meals on Wheels to redistribute that donated food to the elderly, to disabled, to people who are financially challenged to feeding their animals. So we would love your donations. Thank you.
And I will definitely take you up on your offer to take a tour. I'd like to see the progress that's been made.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, there was other hands there. Is any, okay? Either one is fine. Okay, there you go. Sorry, I didn't know the names. So.
Jerry Goggins, 66 Sickletown Road. Thank you. I'm not going to go into the extreme details of this proposal from LaBerge, but I would note that it's not very well written, and there are a number of inaccuracies. There are numerous inaccuracies, and I'm just going to focus on the first page. I'd like to draw your attention, before I do that, though, to the following statements. Our research indicated that since the Orangetown location is mostly characterized as a retail and service facility, rather than an active farm that sells their own products. And additionally, while there are a few eligible activities still conducted on site, there is not enough contiguous area used as eligible agricultural uses to meet the state's definition as an agricultural site. Why am I drawing your attention to this? Because it underlines the point we've been making for a long time, and the point that RCW has been propagandizing in the hope of appealing, I think, to people's sense of nostalgia. This is not a farm. Secondly, the report states, today the remaining 7.1 acres is used for 4 primary businesses: a horse riding academy, a garden center, seasonal farmers market selling products grown on other farms, and for the making and selling of cider and wine products, which, as we know, is currently a violation and a legal operation, contrary to the zoning regulations of Orangetown. What's conspicuously absent from this is any mention of the equine therapy program, which is a completely separate not-for-profit. And just to make sure you recall what I said in prior meetings, the operations of this program, which serves needy adults and children who are in need of the benefits of this therapy program, was severely jeopardized during the period of time 2 years ago when the cidery was operating at full tilt. And their principal has come here and stated unequivocally that they can't operate with the cidery operating there in the way that it used to. So I'd ask you to consider that, because this program is serving a lot of deserving people, and I don't know where else they're going to go. Final point I want to make. We went on the New York SLA website, and they have a listing of, all the establishments they license, including cideries. So there was approximately 110 cideries listed in New York State. Not one of those cideries, other than RCW, is in a residential area. They fall into two groups. One is that they're on large farms with their own orchards, and the other one is that they're operating in an industrial or commercial zone, or sometimes a combination of those two things. They'll grow and produce cideries in one place and sell it in another. I just want to bring that to your attention to underline what an outlier RCW is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry that, yeah, you, don't know her name. Does anyone know her name? Oh, that's that nice woman. Okay.
Thank you. Joyce Taub, Town Line Road. And here we are again. When I was last here, I, among others, spoke of the cidery, liquor, and entertainment venue in our residential neighborhood. After that meeting, we heard Ms. Kenny's well-articulated comments, followed by Mr. Valentine's suggestion of compromise. As a local resident with the view that compromise is license for RCW to continue conducting the illegal business that began this confrontation, it's a curiosity as to why this board is delaying the permanent closure of the cidery. I'm not so naive as to believe that the owners did not know they were skirting the local fees, permits, and laws back when they began manufacturing and establishing the cidery. From one meeting to another, the facts haven't changed. I believe that zoning laws are meant to separate incompatible activities from one another and to keep same business types together. Simply put, this is the wrong place for the RCW business. Truth be told, Van Houten Farm has been operating against Orangetown zoning laws for years by not growing produce on their property. Orangetown has overlooked the violations, and we're paying the consequences, as the business owners have obviously become emboldened by there not being any consequences for breaking the law. However, now they've stepped so far out of the boundaries of friendly neighbor as to have raised the ire of many neighbors and patrons. How far will you, as keepers of our laws, allow this to go? It's really difficult to maintain confidence in this process. I question why the interests of a small business operating illegally in a residential neighborhood seems favored over the homeowners who have purchased and built homes in what they believe to be a residential area. Many business people reinvent themselves within the law to make a legal living. Can Van Houten Farm not find a way to do the same? If Van Houten Farm is struggling, it's their responsibility, not our collective responsibility, to find ways to work within the permissible guidelines to make their business profitable. This community has supported Van Houten Farm for decades. Reap and we will come. We should not be repaid by asking us to ignore such an egregious abuse of our zoning laws. How do most of us make a living? We work hard within the law. I implore you to consider every aspect of the impact of this business on our community. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Has anybody else like to speak that has not had a chance to speak? Sharon?
Hi, good evening. My name is Sharon Van Houten, and I live at 551 Blauvelt Road. I'm actually going to go off of a point that Jerry made, which was a point in that Labarge note, and even every note that RCW has made in reference to the 7.1 acres that RCW says or are claiming they have. What's left out is a big, beautiful brown house that sits on an acre of property of that 7.1 acres. So they don't have 7.1 acres. They have 6.1 acres. I'm going to explain why. My husband Chris and I built our home on 1 acre of the Van Houten Farm property in the spring of 1991, over 30 years ago. We raised our family there and still live there today. The question of ownership on the Van Houten property and the 1 acre that our home occupies are the subject of an ongoing court action since 2018. This court case is unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. And the property cannot be sold, should not be used, divided, or disposed of as part of the 7.1 acres, really 6.1 acres, RCW is claiming they have, until the court case and all the appeals are complete or an agreement between the parties is achieved. Property should not be considered for anything until the court case is settled. As residents and partial owners of this property, Chris and I do not support this or any proposal concerning the rezoning or granting of a special permit changing the current legal uses of our property. We do not support the operation of a farm winery or a farm cidery on this property or the redevelopment of the property to accommodate this use. This will put my family, it has put my family out every time this cidery is operated. We have not been able to live or have peace for the last 5 years. So until our court case is heard till the very end, there should be nothing done on this property or agreements with the town and RCW whatsoever. Thank you very much.
Okay, is anybody else that has not had a chance to speak?
Good evening. I'd like to address the first of several misleading statements made in a... Hi, I'm sorry, Susan McQuinney, 66 Sickletown Road. Thank you. I'd like to address the first of several misleading statements made in the current change.org petition being circulated by RCW globally. Right? This is a very hyper-local issue, but this is being circulated globally. The petition states, the community of Orangetown and all of Rockland County is at risk of losing another farm, one of the 3 last remaining farms in all of Rockland County. Orangetown and Rockland County are not at risk of losing a farm. There are currently 4 thriving farms in Rockland County. Cropsey, which is Rockland Farm Alliance, a historical working farm with the CSA and farm stand selling produce grown on site. Actually, Darren Van Houten used to work there. Davies Farm, which is just opening a cidery now on a working farm of close to 40 acres with over 4,000 apple trees and no immediate houses. Conklin Orchards, which is another working farm, and Threefold Farm at the Pfeiffer Center, a 40-acre working farm with its own produce and classes. I'd like to give a little brief history of the Van Houten Farms property. In the mid-1980s, the farm stand building lease was given up and the property was converted to a garden center and farm market by the Van Houtens. The produce and packaged foods sold at the farm stand then as now are neither grown or produced on the property. In fact, the farm ceased producing crops in the 1960s after the reservoir came into place. Greenhouses were closed down and the property's greenhouses were leased. The property basically became a depot in which trucks brought in produce from Pennsylvania and other areas. They were transferred to the Van Houten's trucks and taken into the New York City farmers markets. That's a very lucrative business which is still operating. So this farm actually shut down in the 60s. Since then, that property has been sold and brought down from roughly a 12-acre property to a 7-acre property. My home is on that property, as well as 3 other homes. Each of our properties holds more acreage than the cidery uses. So I think we could question how many properties do we want to open as cideries, and how valid is it to call a property that is not a farm in order to push through on cover for a business. As somebody who grew up on farms, which I did, and worked on many farms as a child in California, and understanding the plight of farmers today, I find it incredibly offensive that the language developed by the state of New York in order to protect farmland, which we truly all need and is truly in dire circumstances, is being used as cover for a garden center. I think a garden center is a great thing. Van Houten's Farm Center is actually quite beautiful. Why not develop the farm center? But this idea that we have a farm here in Orangeburg is absurd. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to speak that has not had a chance to speak? Okay, can I get a motion to close? You're usually quick on it, Tom. You're slow tonight here.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to go to the public hearing because we're a little behind schedule here. So, agenda item number 3, can I get a motion to resume the public hearing on the proposed acquisition of a permanent property interest in the H&A Training Center?
Move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Floor's all yours.
Oh, great. I'll be quick. Thank you, members of the board. Just for the record, David Cooper, partner with the law firm of Zarin and Steinmetz, serving as your special counsel in this matter. As you may remember, last month we kept the public hearing open to give a short window to the parties to sign the PSA. An update as of late last week, no PSA has been signed yet. The litigation between H&A and creditors still goes on. I think that's holding up whatever may occur with the PSA. Although the parties remain hopeful that there may ultimately be a resolution, at this point we're still held in limbo here. Since there's no progress and we can't keep the public hearing open indefinitely, and the issues that were identified at the beginning of the hearing a couple of months ago remain and potentially are getting worse in terms of public safety, my suggestion to the board would be to close the public hearing tonight, which would then continue the proceeding moving forward. That would start the 90-day clock to adopt findings. But of course, I think holding the hearing open indefinitely at this point is not helping anybody, and we're sort of in limbo. I think it's time for the town to really keep on moving forward with the process. If we hear from the parties, great, but we'll continue to move forward.
Okay, agree. Well, I think, let me see, is anybody else here is anybody here who wants to speak on this public hearing? No, okay. So we're going to motion to close, right?
Let's close it
Okay.
and start the clock.
Okay, so can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
That was Brian, second?
Second.
Second.
You're a little slow there. All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion is closed.
Great, thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
I feel the clock already, tick, 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 tick.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was actually at the same time, but, okay. We gave it to Tom. And you said to Tom, right? Yeah, and he's the man that counts, so we're going with what he said. Okay. Okay, so let's move on here. We have resolution number 5 to appoint Roberto
We're going
Urban.
to discuss, you guys, if you're going to talk, you're going to have to leave the room.
Yep. What's I can't think of a name. Would you, I'm sorry, we're going to try and continue the meeting. Could you?
You can go
right
outside and talk.
Yeah, and talk. Yeah, that would be you, Tina. Thank you. Would you mind taking it outside so we can hear you? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. You're welcome to go outside and speak if, outside or whatever. Yeah, it's, okay. Number 5, resolution number 5, appoint Roberto Urban, one more time, let me try that, Roberto Urban to the position of Personnel Administrator Provisional, effective April 26, 2023, again at this current salary. Motion? Move. Jerry Vittori, second.
Second.
Brian Donahue, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, approve the award to industrial service uniforms to American Wear Inc. and the Superintendent of Highways. On the recommendation of the Superintendent of Highways. Motion?
Motion.
Brian Donahue, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, again, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Highways, award a contract for the Gilbert Avenue Pedestrian Refuge Island to Marano Brothers Corp. Motion?
Moved.
Tom Divany, second.
I'll second it.
Paul Valentine, all in favor?
Aye.
You know, there's that whole hashtag, blame the islands. I'm gonna have to go on and correct it to say hashtag blame the refuge island. People are gonna be like, what is she talking about? The refuge island, pedestrian refuge island. Number 8, appoint Lisa Porco to the position of receptionist permanent, effective April 26, 2023. Again, this is in Highway Department. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 9, amend resolution number 182 of 2023 to rename private right-of-way from Pathway of Heroes to Pathway of Heroes Drive.
Motion.
Brian, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 10, rename the private right-of-way for Path of Heroes Way in Japan. I know, this is the craziest thing. Okay, motion?
One's away, one's a drive.
I know, but there's
That's a-
somewhat, yeah, I know. I had someone try to explain it to me, I gave up. If Jim's good with it and the post office is good with it, I'm good with it. Okay, so motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, approve the installation of a street light at the intersection of North Henry Street and East Washington Avenue in Pearl River. Did you just move that? Tom Divany?
Yeah, I'll move it. I said, all right.
Oh.
I get it.
Okay, okay, all in favor?
Right.
Number 12, combine and approve agenda items number 13 through 17.
That's a power.
Motion?
Moved.
You're the man, you get to pick who you want.
Oh,
Okay, so Tom moved, Jerry second, all in favor?
I don't even know if I did, but I like the power move.
Okay, number 18, approve the flexible work schedule, summer hours from June through August in the town clerk's office.
Motion.
Brian moved,
Bring this one to
second.
business right now or not?
You want to do it after the audit?
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Okay. I'm sorry, Brian moved it, who's second?
Second.
Jerry, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, the audit for tonight's meeting consists of 4 warrants for $739,000. Items of interest, number 14, Seal Coat USA, $113,000 for crack seal at various locations. Number 15, the State Comptroller, $37,000 for justice fines. And number 17, Van Bordo Chevrolet, $45,000 for a police vehicle, bonded money. Any questions on the audit?
Wow, Jeff,
That was very good,
that was
Jeff.
crazy. Okay, a motion accept the audit.
Move. Second.
Okay, Jerry, and then Tom, all in favor? Okay,
All right, under new business, next week I will, in 2 weeks, I will bring a resolution that Eamon Riley, Commissioner Deemy brought to the town regarding his department. One is to appoint Ashley Shutter, account clerk typist, effective, it's not going to be effective April 26th, but, and then the other one is a resolution for salary, Christopher Sheen, confidential assistant, effective whatever that date is. Just wanted to put it out there. It's not on the agenda.
So you want to add it to the agenda?
For next
for
week.
next.
2 weeks.
So I think we were going to say that we just take a vote on it
To add
to add it to the agenda.
I
Right,
make a motion to add those 2 items to next week's agenda.
okay,
I'll second.
okay,
Well, 2 weeks.
okay. The next meeting,
Yeah,
Next
next meeting.
meeting.
All right, that's even better.
so just on roll call.
Okay. All right, Councilman Tom Goodney.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Paul Valentine.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Jerry Vitale.
Yes.
Councilman Brian Donahue.
Yes.
And Supervisor Driscoll.
No. And I guess we'll hold comments the next time.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to enter an executive session to discuss what?
Well, there's a possible interest in the purchase of land.
Yeah,
Uh,
land
there's
that,
also
land
a
that. would-
legal issue we
right.
need to discuss if the board would like to have legal counsel on.
Okay, and we are going to adjourn. We have some adjournments in memory of. We have Mary K. Joyce from a resident of Pearl River, and Catherine Linehan from Orangeburg. Thank you. Okay, so motion, Tom Diviny moved, second? Second. Brian Donahue in favor? Aye, okay.